England versus India. Gill, Jadeja and Sundar saved the day to force draw in fourth test. What a showdown! Against all expectations, India managed to dig deep and fend off England to force a dramatic draw in the fourth test, setting up a nail-biting series finale at the Oval. For anyone following the series, this wasn't just a battle of runs. It was a gritty display of resilience, strategy and raw determination. Here's the twist that kept everyone at the edge of their seats. After a disastrous start, with India losing 2 wickets before even getting a single run on the board in their second innings, most fans assumed the match would quickly slip out of their grasp. But here's the surprise most people didn't anticipate. India stubbornly occupied the crease across more than 5 sessions, surrendering only 2 further wickets and amassing 425-4 by the close of play at Old Trafford, Manchester. What made this performance even more remarkable? Standout centuries from Shubman Gill, Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar. Gill's courageous 4th century of the series put a brake on England's momentum, and the steadfast, unbeaten hundreds from Jadeja and Sundar left the home fans with little to celebrate on a tense final day. For context, scoring 4 centuries in a single test series as captain is a rare achievement. Gill became only the 3rd India captain ever to do so. If you value sporting courage, this match should be at the top of your favourites. Here's where the tension really ratcheted up. When play began Sunday, with India on 174 over 2, England's captain Ben Stokes made his own bold move by introducing himself into the bowling attack, even though he was nursing a niggle. He quickly made an impact, dismissing KL Rahul for 90 and ending a towering 188-run partnership with Gill. At this point, England seemed poised for a win. But Gill, despite suffering a painful blow to his hand, refused to be rattled. His marathon innings, lasting nearly 7 hours, underlined not only his technical prowess, but also his leadership under pressure. Eventually, exhaustion caught up to him, and he was dismissed for 103, driving at a delivery from Jofra Archer just before lunch. Jadeja narrowly escaped on the very next ball, dropped by Joe Root at first slip. Had that catch been taken, who knows how the narrative would have unravelled. And here's the part that will spark plenty of debate. Despite England still having time to push for victory, especially after removing Gill, the hosts largely failed to create further opportunities. India's lower order batters, especially Washington Sundar, showed patience and calculated aggression, with Sundar crashing consecutive boundaries, including a mighty 6 to notch up another half-century. Jadeja quietly reached his 50 as well, simultaneously passing an important career milestone by surpassing 1,000 test runs against England. With the clock winding down and England's hopes fading, the hosts even suggested calling the match off early after tea. However, Gill, intent on making a point, kept his men out on the field longer, perhaps to underline India's dominance on the final day. Jadeja rode his luck and raised his bat for his 5th test century without much pressure, soon followed by Washington Sundar registering his maiden test 100. Only then did both teams agree to end the match, a significant moment, as it was the first time since Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes took over England's leadership that a test draw wasn't the direct result of rain interruptions. Even Stokes conceded, "We played the game on our own terms and gave ourselves a chance, but things didn't quite fall into place." His comments hinted at both satisfaction and frustration, a duality surely shared by many English supporters after such a seesaw contest. As the series stands, England lead 2-1, but if they lose the next test, it could all slip away at the very end. But here's the controversial angle. Was it India's mental strength, or England's lacklustre finishing, that truly decided the outcome? Should England have been more aggressive, or did India's outstanding resilience simply win out? Do you think Stokes' self-imposed bowling limitations due to injury changed the game's direction? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Was this test a triumph of Indian grit or a missed opportunity by England? Who deserves more credit for the draw? The batters who stood tall or the bowlers who kept trying till the end? Let the debate begin in the comments below. Cricket culture clash. The importance of draws and individual milestones. Cricket's draw controversy sparked a deeper debate. Here's what we're missing. Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum have electrified English cricket with a bold, attacking philosophy over 3 years. Their focus on instant results and crowd entertainment has energised the team and produced some thrilling cricket. But here's where it gets controversial. Just because England has shifted toward win at all costs strategies and away from draws or personal milestones doesn't mean other teams share the same priorities. For players, hundreds still matter deeply. Sometimes survival to draw trumps victory. The furor over England's reaction to India's initial refusal of a draw last Sunday revealed a mix of frustration and fatigue. England had dominated the game, played bravely, and wanted to capitalise on their momentum. But their responses also hinted at cultural missteps. Do we ever notice how differently cricketing cultures view certain moments? Take Johnny Bairstow's Lord's run-out drama in 2023 or Ravi Ashwin's Mankad of Jos Buttler in 2019. These incidents split opinions sharply. Praised in one country, condemned in another. Here's the catch. In county cricket, teams often shake hands early when draws loom, even with players nearing centuries. But international cricket is different. Historical context matters. During my Surrey days, facing Somerset in a 2018 county championship match, Justin Langer, captaining the opposition, taught me a powerful lesson. When I was nearing a double century on a flat track, players began congratulating each other. Langer stopped everyone cold. "We're staying," he insisted. "Either you get Mark out or he finishes the job." Minutes later, when I reached 200, he approached, shook hands and grinned. Hard work pays off. It was a masterclass in humility and respect for the grind. Now, does this mean England completely dismiss individual achievements? Hardly. Joe Root's ascension to second in Test run scoring history brought out the festivities. Legends like Graham Gooch and Alistair Cook speak eloquently about milestones shaping careers. There's no guarantee any player gets another chance at a first Test century. If a young England batter is stuck on 90 not out, I'd bet Stokes respects that moment. How could you not? It's life-changing fuel. But some stump mic reactions post-India refusal felt off. After so much strong cricket, a dash of petulance overshadowed their brilliance. The takeaway? Respecting opponents' values matters. And yes, sometimes draws should be celebrated. Rewind to 1998's England versus South Africa. Outplayed in the test, Angus Fraser blocked out Alan Donald to salvage a draw. We weren't just relieved, we were revived. That grit powered us to a series comeback. For Thursday's Oval decider, the series is alive. Flat pitches may favour big first innings runs, but the Oval's domestic reputation hints at some grass in the mix. Gus Atkinson hasn't bowled recently, but his home ground swing could reap rewards. England's attack choices will hinge on needs beyond just skill. Fatigue resilience and reliability. Older cricket watchers scratch heads. If a player is fit, why rest them in a series decider? The rotation puzzles persist, but Stokes' health is non-negotiable. Backing 3 Noah, I need to keep going. 3 seamers must soak up overs consistently. At Old Trafford, Jofra Archer and Bryden Carse's struggles against a hard ball surprised. So here's the question. When England's explosive pair clicked, why did their critics stay silent? There's a lesson here about accountability in triumph and defeat. Savour the fireworks first, then dissect. What do you think? Should teams prioritise individual milestones even when draws loom? Or is Stokes-McCullum's no-compromised mentality redefining Test cricket? Let the debate begin, or better yet, keep reading and keep questioning. Handshake Gate. Ben Stokes versus Jadeja Sundar. The cricket controversy explained. In a shocking turn of events during the Manchester Test, Ben Stokes found himself at the centre of controversy as he questioned the sportsmanship of the Indian cricket team. Stokes wondered aloud, what if Duckett was batting on 90? This unexpected twist has cricket fans around the world buzzing with speculation. And this is the part most people miss. Former India wicketkeeper batter Parthiv Patel's take on the incident adds a new layer to the debate. Parthiv Patel, a seasoned cricketer turned commentator, shared his thoughts on the recent handshake drama involving England captain Ben Stokes and Indian batsman Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar. According to Patel, the duo should have continued batting instead of walking off the field after scoring their centuries on day 5 of the Manchester Test against England. Jadeja and Sundar's unbeaten 203-run partnership for the 5th wicket kept India's hopes alive in the series against all odds. However, the thrilling contest between bat and ball was overshadowed by the handshake controversy in the final moments of the 4th Test of the Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy. As the clock ticked down on day 5, Stokes conceded defeat, approaching Jadeja and Sundar to shake hands and end the match early. The Indian batsmen, however, were closing in on their personal milestones and opted to pursue glory. Stokes and his team didn't take this refusal lightly, with some harsh words exchanged. Stokes then introduced Harry Brook to the attack, who delivered full tosses in apparent mockery of Jadeja and Sundar. Patel argued that India should have batted on longer. He posed a hypothetical scenario. If Ben Duckett had been batting on 90 under similar circumstances and the opposition extended a handshake, would England have accepted it? This question highlights the double standards often present in discussions about the spirit of the game. Patel firmly believes that the match should have continued until the end of the day, regardless of the Indian batters achieving their centuries. An incredible effort. Parthiv Patel praised Sundar and Jadeja's resilience, noting that at one point it seemed India might suffer a test defeat when KL Rahul and Shubman Gill lost their wickets in the opening session on day 5. With 15 overs remaining, India should have batted, considering how hard they fought. Patel stated, before lunch on day 4, when 2 wickets fell, it appeared India could lose the test on day 5. However, going from that precarious position to surviving 143 overs is a remarkable achievement. Hence, I believe India made the right decision, although personally, I think they could have batted a bit more. England currently leads the Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy 2-1, but India has a chance to level the series in the 5th and final test at the Oval, starting on Thursday, July 31st. This incident has sparked a heated debate about sportsmanship and the spirit of the game. What do you think? Should Stokes have shown more respect for the Indian batsman's achievements? Or was he justified in trying to end the match early? Share your thoughts in the comments below.